There goes the Condor's dinner.
Maybe we can track its scent.
Chocobo could track them.
Guess it's in here.
Let's go. Let's be smart. Let's go.
How shocking!
It's over. With me.
I'm here.
Do it.
This one's for you.
Want some more?
Ready? You ready? Go on. What do we do now?
Oh, you're back.
You can put the food right over there. Thank you.
I've never seen meat of that particular color. Are you sure it's safe for condor consumption?
Huh. Probably.
Gotta say, it's kinda nice.
Beats a steel one, that's for sure.
Though at least with the steel sky you know your limits. Out here, it's endless. I kinda get what Eric was saying now.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, look!
What a sight! I never dreamed I'd be able to see it up close like this.
Wait, we have to get a photograph. Grab the camera.
Yes, sir.
Come on! Gather around, everyone! Quickly, quickly!
Say cheese. Oh. What?
So, snap any good shots?
I hope so. It just showed up. I could barely hold my camera and...
Really? Couldn't tell from a shot like this.
Well, I haven't looked this happy since I was a lad. It's precious moments like these that make condor watching so exhilarating. You never know what to expect. Well, Scouts, let's finish writing up today's report and start preparing for our next... Sir! And hopefully next time we'll...
Sir. Miss, I'd like you to have this as a souvenir.
Nice face, Cloud.
I blew it again. Just like I also...
Hey, what were you thinking sending Sam back alone like that?
He even need us in the first place? Your mother'd give Stamp a run for his money.
So, how's my son?
Yeah.
You gonna stand there and pretend this wasn't all about Claire and her bun in the oven? Apple didn't fall far from this stubborn-ass tree. That's for damn sure.
Wouldn't know about that. And if you're done making wisecracks, I got work to do.
Brittle houses and...
Isn't Priscilla just adorable?
Hey there! Thank you for tracking down that spot. Quite the view you captured. Good going. Association was impressed too. Bumped you up a rank. Your technique isn't exactly where it needs to be, but you've got promise, that's for... If you can develop your talents more, I guarantee you'll go places.
Oil.
Yes, sir.
All right! Giddy up!
day in a life without sunshine.
Lately.
Ribbit?
Hello?
Hey, what do you think you're doing here? This is a no grown-up zone. Get lost!
You're a kid?
Well, duh. It's just how this place is. I don't know if it's because of the reactor out there or what, but hanging out here turns you into a frog.
Hey, Finn, who are they? Not Shinra, I hope.
Oh no, we're definitely not.
Oh, wait. You must be the ones Priscilla was talking about. She told me how you saved her.
Right, that's us. We're friends. Are you a friend of hers too?
We're friends, but it's not like I like her or anything. It's just there aren't a lot of other kids in the village, so I basically had to be your friend.
Of course. So what are you kids doing all the way down here?
Playing Jump Frog, obviously. Actually, we could use a couple more players. Since you're here, do you want to give it a try? Help us!
Come on, Cloud.
Ribbit? Tifa! I tried to warn you! Like I said, hanging out here turns you into a frog! But don't worry, all you gotta do is start thinking like a frog, and you'll be fine! Ribbit, ribbit.
Ribbit.
For that. So, ready to play? Come on, you'll love it, I promise. Ribbit?
Ribbit.
Okay, here are the rules. Think you two can handle it?
You look like you're...
Ribbit. Yeah.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Hey! Ribbit.
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
Ribbit, ribbit!
Why didn't you jump in?
Ribbit! Ribbit! Ribbit!
I want 3 bucks, give him a break too high. But yeah, this bitch.
Ribbit! Ribbit! Ribbit!
Keep going, bitch. They're not know the ribbit.
We should have never let them build a reactor.
That dolphin's so adorable. Oh, hey you guys.
We talked to Yuffie. She said that you could show us a way to get up top.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Although, Yuffie's the one who found it. And according to her, that tanker's the quickest and easiest way into the city. See that? That booth up there is the control room.
So we can repurpose this ship as an elevator. Someone lowers and sends it back up, along with the others.
Problem is, how are we supposed to get to the controls?
High voltage?
Yep, it should just say, no climbing.
So we're stuck.
Not with Mr. Dolphin. You wouldn't believe what he can do. Like when we met. See, I was out taking a swim all on my lonesome. At least I thought I was alone. But then, squeak, squeak, I heard this funny noise.
That's great and all, but we're in a hurry.
Hey!
We're sorry, really. But we'll make sure to come back as soon as we're done. You can finish your story then. How does that sound?
Okay, promise. Never done it before? My arm, your arm, bam!
Oh, gotcha.
Awesome!
Alright then, now what?
Now we ask Mr. Dolphin to get you up. With his help, it'll be a cinch. Okay, which one of you wants to go flying?
Got you written all over it, Merc.
Guess it's me.
Great. Just let me know when you're ready to go.
you going, man?
Okay, your ride's right here. The ship's not far, so you'll be there in no time.
If we don't sink on the way.
You've been a huge help, Priscilla. No prob. Well, guys and girls, and, dog, I'll see you later. Have fun!
Hey, Mark! We're good to go down here!
Meet you at the top. There you are.
Let's move. security than I thought.
More worried about the parade?
Guess things have changed. They got higher priorities.
Personally, I think that's a good thing.
The city's size, on the other hand, the robed men won't be easy to find.
They're definitely not here. Let's head into town.
We cannot let Kate go away.
Any idea what that is?
The highway. Shinra's pride and joy. The fastest, most advanced airship in the fleet.
Screw the boat. Let's take that.
Unless you got a trained crew and piloting skills we don't know about, we're sticking with it.
That's too bad. Would have been perfect.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
That's the ticket, I tell you. Just gotta go to the dice. Do not hit director either. No disturbances to report in either sector. Good.
No, we'll leave them be. For now. Enter.
An emissary from Wutai is here, sent by Viceroy Saruf. Oh. He introduced himself as Colonel Glenn Ladbrock.
All right. I thought you were dead. Then you thought right.
Let's cut to the chase, Mr. President. The Viceroy and your late father had big plans. I assume you intend to carry them out?
Correct.
That's good to hear. Some people just don't have the stomach for war. And this battle for the Magnus Materia demands commitment from both Wutai and Shinra.
Thank you. I'm aware. But my father is dead, which changes the equation. A new vision is required.
You always did prefer to march to the beat of your own drum. This new vision include your fairy tale promised land? You Shinras, you take and you take, you never give back. Left to you, this world would end up an empty husk. But war can put things right. Beget anger, desolation, hatred, and in its wake, new unity. A people rejuvenated, and a planet once more made whole. What we're doing's for the greater good. Just gotta know when to ease off the gas.
Now listen.
You started this, remember? No more playing the idle heir. You have obligations to fulfill. Let's give the people what they deserve. Oh, right. Before I leave, a message from the Viceroy. Congratulations on your inauguration, Mr. President. Shinra has a bright future.
Check each tag carefully. Any mistakes will come out of your salary.
Remember that you represent Judah.
It's our
new era. Wish someone would hold a parade for me. They know me new directors too.
Tell us about Junon.
It's a key military outpost with its own offshore reactor. A critical line of defense against any seaborne assault. When needed, it can transform into an armed fortress. Its strategic location, along with its air and seaports, make it second only to Midgar as the company's most vital city.
Huh. Neat. Any good restaurants? Sights to see?
Maybe? I don't know.
Right. You're not the touristy type.
Hey, just to be clear, you do realize we're not here on vacation, right?
Of course I do. Hey, look, what's that about?
Listen up. Midgar's 2nd Infantry will return home with the President's commendation. Let's show him how a real drill team does it, and make our city proud.
Troopers, you're all off duty until the parade begins. But use this time wisely. Practice your technique.
Those troopers seemed pretty psyched for the parade, huh?
More like eager to prance around for their new paymaster. Now, I know what y'all gonna say, but I gotta ask.
What?
If Rufus is in town, are we really gonna let this opportunity pass us by? Hell, I'm not saying we kill the man, but we ought to at least give him a talking to. Rough him up a little, maybe, you know?
Actually, I'm gonna have to agree. First, the Turks say, do whatever, we're not after you. But then Cloud's biker buddy rolls up and says he is. We gotta straighten this out.
Okay, but how? We can't just walk up to the president in the street.
Or maybe we can.
We bust up his parade.
No. That's how we die in a hail of bullets like a bunch of dumbasses. The city's crawling with Shinra troopers. We join the parade. Hide in plain sight. Get in, get close, get answers.
Seriously?
Sure.
Wow, that's good.
No arguments here.
Barrett, Brett, you guys find a route to the port. See what security's like. And keep an eye out for black robes while you're at it.
Now hold up!
Fatigues won't be enough to disguise you two.
True enough.
Shut up.
Alright, see you in a bit. I gotta go find a uniform.
Oh, we're coming with.
I'm so pumped for this. This way? Yeah.
Attention all troopers. Spare uniforms can be found here. Please get changed. The ceremony will be starting soon.
Now we're talking.
Huh. They're actually kind of cool. Well, ready to suit up? Yep. Whoa there. 3 steps back, if you please. Cloud, what do you think you're doing?
If you're gonna stand there, keep watch.
Ha ha, very funny.
Come on, Cloud. You really need to be this close?
Scram!
Occupied.
Cloud, what do you think you're doing?
If you're gonna stand there, keep watch.
In a while.
Freeze! Hands up! Well?
Well?
You got me.
I'd say we look the part.
Maybe. But don't forget, you gotta act the part too. Just do what I did, alright?
Head to starboard Junon when you're ready. Better hurry. You don't want to be the reason your team is disqualified.
Hold it!
It's the damnedest thing. But I don't recall seeing the three of you at practice. Am I to assume that you simply forgot?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
You're sorry? Do you have any idea how important today's ceremony is? Do you, maggot? Form check now! You will give your commander a flawless performance.
And if you show her anything less than perfection...
I'll feed your ass to a behemoth!
Now what?
Just follow my lead. I still remember the basics.
I'm having second thoughts, you guys.
What the hell are you doing over there? The commander is waiting!
Sir!
Attention!
Have to hand it to you three. You've got guts skipping out on practice. That, or you're idiots. Let's find out, shall we? I'm not about to take any chances today. I'm warning you now, though. One slip up and I'll chuck you straight into a Marlboro's mouth. Clear?
Let's see what you've got. Now, begin! Step it up! Good. Keep it up.
Precise, clean movements. Impeccable timing. I must say, you've impressed me.
He'd serve as a sterling example to the others now.
Congratulations! You are hereby promoted to Parade Captain of Midgar's 7th Infantry. You will be our model trooper, the one to march at the head of our drill team. Which means that our performance, satisfactory or otherwise, is now your responsibility.
Ma'am!
As parade captain, you will round up your fellow troopers currently on leave at Larboard Junon. You will recall that, to march in the parade, each drill team is required to muster 5 units or more. Look for the 7's brassards. They'll identify the best from the rest.
Once assembled, you and the team will report to Starboard Juno. Tardiness will not be tolerated. Now, make us proud.
Bam!
Still haven't I'm sure some of your... Get your team in order.
This is a big opportunity.
Head to Starboard Juno. Better hurry. You don't want to be the reason your team is disqualified. Boy, that was lucky. Hey, you sure about this? Is the parade really gonna get us to Roof?
The parade won't, but the presidential commendation will. That's how these things go. The president himself gives the award.
Wow, that's some plan. I mean, it's risk. Gotta go big or go home. Ready to rally the troops, Captain?
Yeah, just remember, Midgard, 7th Infantry.
Anyone with one of these guys, right?
Come on.
Excuse me, I would change we're conducting use.
The guy recommends checking out this bookstore.
This is the latest in Junon fashion, is it? Well, alright then. Let's see what you got for me. They have a thing for bright colors. But what's this? Elements of the military. Guys, look. Very fishy.
But subscriptions to do.
This your first time? If you want to drink with us, you're gonna have to lose the helmets. No scout, no service. Well, what are you waiting for? Unless... Are you 3 mopheads?
Wait! He's our new captain. He didn't know. Sir, this place is for the clean-shaven. You need to prove that you belong or leave. R&R's over, people. 7, outside. Right away, sir!
Choose brown, sparkling style. by outside borders to Sal 19. Sal 19.
Looking forward to a celebratory drink, sir! Can't wait, sir!
Click the row for
Greetings, Captain! In need of some new armaments?
This also looks dick. You disappointed. Bitch.
8 to 35. 9 how we do that. So right to 35. Okay.
Good luck out there, Captain. I'll be rooting for you.
Oh, no,
Let me
no,
guess.
no.
You're here for the limited... Captain!
Break time's over. Outside. Now.
Right away, sir!
Set the page orientation to landscape.
Excuse me, I'm with JSN. We're connected.
Find what you needed, sir!
Hope so, sir!
Then what about that bar?
We carry only the finest in materia here. We look forward to your next visit.
The parade's gonna be broadcast.
I say, now that's real transmission.
That's quite.
Hope I can find the code anniversary present. Can I help you find anything today? Feel free to keep browsing.
Captain? Guys, quick!
Get your shit together. Parade's about to begin. Everyone, follow me.
Yes, sir!
Hopefully I did it right.
Find what you needed, sir! Hope so, sir!
What kind of range do you think a cannon that size has got?
Welcome! Welcome to the magical If you're looking for my personal, it's a forbidden. I promise you'll be sobbing like a baby.
If you want to know about us...
Our girls are lovely, am I right? Thanks, Captain. We hope to see you again soon.
Fortune!
I heard the Rufus fan club.
Oh, well, hello.
Are you interested in knowing what my book? I think it happens to be. There's some thought. Oh, but I'm sure you've already read it. Even.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, good evening. Ah, Captain. I'm picking out a present for my girlfriend. Which do you think she'd like more? The machine gun brooch or the bayonet one?
Don't bother the captain with your bullshit.
R&R's over, people.
Yes,
Yes,
sir!
sir!
Take your time looking around. Quality guaranteed. The acceptance from this place is not yet at the rate.
Wonder if I'll be able to walk. Will you be staying?
I love a great mystery, and I'm fascinated by the greatest unsolved mystery in science. Perhaps because it's personal. It's about who we are, and I can't help but be curious. The mystery is this. What is the relationship between your brain and your conscious experiences, such as your experience of the taste of chocolate or the feeling of velvet?
Some nose got there, Red.
Now, this mystery is not new. In 1868, Thomas Huxley wrote, "How it is that anything so remarkable as a state of consciousness comes about as the result of irritating nervous tissue is just as unaccountable as the appearance of the genie when Aladdin rubbed his lamp." Now, Huxley knew that brain activity and conscious experiences are correlated, but he didn't know why. To the science of his day, it was a mystery.
This is perfect.
In the years since Huxley, science has learned a lot about brain activity. But the relationship between brain activity and conscious experiences is still a mystery. Why? Why have we made so little progress? Well, some experts think that we can't solve this problem because we lack the necessary concepts and intelligence. We don't expect monkeys to solve problems in quantum mechanics, and as it happens, we can't expect our species to solve this problem either. Well, I disagree. I'm more optimistic. I think we've simply made a false assumption. Once we fix it, we just might solve this problem. Today I'd like to tell you what that assumption is, why it's false, and how to fix it. Let's begin with a question. Do we see reality as it is? I open my eyes, and I have an experience that I describe as a red tomato a meter away. As a result, I come to believe that in reality, there's a red tomato a meter away. I then close my eyes, and my experience changes to a gray field. But is it still the case that in reality, there's a red tomato a meter away? I think so. But could I be wrong? Could I be misinterpreting the nature of my perceptions? We've misinterpreted our perceptions before. We used to think the Earth is flat because it looks that way. Pythagoras discovered that we were wrong. Then we thought that the Earth is the unmoving center of the universe, again because it looks that way. Copernicus and Galileo discovered, again, that we were wrong. Galileo then wondered if we might be misinterpreting our experiences in other ways. He wrote, "I think that tastes, odors, colors, and so on reside in consciousness. Hence, if the living creature were removed, all these qualities would be annihilated." Now that's a stunning claim. Could Galileo be right? Could we really be misinterpreting our experiences that badly? What does modern science have to say about this? Well, neuroscientists tell us that about a third of the brain's cortex is engaged in vision. When you simply open your eyes and look about this room, billions of neurons and trillions of synapses are engaged. Now this is a bit surprising because to the extent that we think about vision at all, we think of it as like a camera. It just takes a picture of objective reality as it is. Now, there is a part of vision that's like a camera. The eye has a lens that focuses an image on the back of the eye where there are 130 million photoreceptors. So the eye is like a 130 megapixel camera. But that doesn't explain the billions of neurons and trillions of synapses that are engaged in vision. What are these neurons up to? Well, neuroscientists tell us that they're creating, in real time, all the shapes, objects, colors, and motions that we see. It feels like we're just taking a snapshot of this room the way it is, but in fact we're constructing everything that we see. We don't construct the whole world at once, we construct what we need in the moment. Now, there are many demonstrations that are quite compelling that we construct what we see. I'll just show you two. In this example, you see some red discs with bits cut out of them. But if I just rotate the discs a little bit, suddenly you see a 3D cube pop out of the screen. Now the screen, of course, is flat, so the three-dimensional cube that you're experiencing must be your construction. In this next example, you see glowing blue bars with pretty sharp edges moving across a field of dots.
Good day.
In fact,
is there something I can
no
help
dots
you with?
move.
Scanning.
All I'm doing from frame to frame is changing the colors of dots from blue to black or black to blue.
Why in the world
But
are
when
you
I
wearing
do this
that
quickly,
uniform? On second
your
thought,
visual system
forget I asked.
creates
The less I
the
know about
glowing
your
blue
undercover
bars
pursuits.
with the sharp
Should you
edges
require
and
assistance?
the motion.
Now then, Captain,
There are many
how
more
might I help you
examples, but
today?
these are just two that you construct what you see. But neuroscientists go further. They say that we reconstruct reality. So when I have an experience that I describe as a red tomato, that experience is actually an accurate reconstruction of the properties of a real red tomato that would exist even if I weren't looking. Now, why would neuroscientists say that we don't just construct, we reconstruct? Well, the standard argument given is usually an evolutionary one. Those of our ancestors who saw more accurately had a competitive advantage compared to those who saw less accurately, and therefore they were more likely to pass on their genes. We're the offspring of those who saw more accurately, and so we can be confident that, in the normal case, our perceptions are accurate. You see this in the standard textbooks. One textbook says, for example, evolutionarily speaking, vision is useful precisely because it's so accurate. So the idea is that accurate perceptions are fitter perceptions. They give you a survival advantage. Now, is this correct? Is this the right interpretation of evolutionary theory? Well, let's first look at a couple examples in nature. The Australian jewel beetle is dimpled, glossy, and brown. The female is flightless. The male flies, looking, of course, for a hot female. When he finds one, he alights and mates. There's another species in the outback, Homo sapiens. The male of this species has a massive brain that he uses to hunt for cold beer. And when he finds one, he drains it and sometimes throws the bottle into the outback. Now, as it happens, these bottles are dimpled, glossy, and just the right shade of brown to tickle the fancy of these beetles. The males swarm all over the bottles, trying to mate. They lose all interest in the real females. Classic case of the male leaving the female for the bottle. The species almost went extinct. Australia had to change its bottles to save its beetles. Now, the males had successfully found females for thousands, perhaps millions of years. It looked like they saw reality as it is, but apparently not. Evolution had given them a hack. A female is anything dimpled, glossy, and brown. The bigger the better. Even when crawling all over the bottle, the male couldn't discover his mistake. Now you might say, beetles, sure. They're very simple creatures, but surely not mammals. Mammals don't rely on tricks. Well, I won't dwell on this, but you get the idea. So this raises an important technical question. Does natural selection really favor seeing reality as it is?
I get it.
Fortunately, we don't have to wave our hands and guess. Evolution is a mathematically precise theory. We can use the equations of evolution to check this out. We can have various organisms or artificial worlds compete and see which survive and which thrive, which sensory systems are more fit. A key notion in those equations is fitness. Consider this steak. What does this steak do for the fitness of an animal? Well, for a hungry lion looking to eat, it enhances fitness. For a well-fed lion looking to mate, it doesn't enhance fitness. And for a rabbit in any state, it doesn't enhance fitness. So fitness does depend on reality as it is, yes, but also on the organism, its state, and its action. Fitness is not the same thing as reality as it is, and its fitness and not reality as it is, that figures centrally in the equations of evolution. So, in my lab, we have run hundreds of thousands of evolutionary game simulations with lots of different randomly chosen worlds and organisms that compete for resources in those worlds. Some of the organisms see all of the reality, others see just part of the reality, and some see none of the reality, only fitness. Who wins? Well, I hate to break it to you, but perception of reality goes extinct. In almost every simulation, organisms that see none of reality but are just tuned to fitness drive to extinction all the organisms that perceive reality as it is. So the bottom line is evolution does not favor vertical or accurate perceptions. Those perceptions of reality go extinct. Now this is a bit stunning. How can it be that not seeing the world accurately gives us a survival advantage? That is a bit counterintuitive. But remember the jewel beetle. The jewel beetle survived for thousands, perhaps millions of years using simple tricks and hacks. What the equations of evolution are telling us is that all organisms, including us, are in the same boat as the jewel beetle. We do not see reality as it is. We're shaped with tricks and hacks that keep us alive. Still, we need some help with our intuitions. How can not perceiving reality as it is be useful? Well, fortunately, we have a very helpful metaphor, the desktop interface on your computer. Consider that blue icon for a TED Talk that you're writing.
Time's over, people.
Now, the icon is blue and rectangular and in the lower right corner of the desktop. Does that mean that the text file itself in the computer is blue, rectangular, and in the lower right-hand corner of the computer? Of course not. Anyone who thought that misinterprets the purpose of the interface. It's not there to show you the reality of the computer. In fact, it's there to hide that reality. You don't want to know about the diodes and resistors and all the megabytes of software. If you had to deal with that, you could never run your text file or edit your photo. So the idea is that evolution has given us an interface that hides reality and guides adaptive behavior. Space and time, as you perceive them right now, are your desktop. Physical objects are simply icons in that desktop. There's an obvious objection. Hoffman, if you think that train coming down the track at 200 miles an hour is just an icon of your desktop, why don't you step in front of it? And after you're gone and your theory with you, we'll know that there's more to that train than just an icon. Well, I wouldn't step in front of that train for the same reason that I wouldn't carelessly drag that icon to the trash can. Not because I take the icon literally. The file is not literally blue or rectangular. But I do take it seriously. I could lose weeks of work. Similarly, evolution has shaped us with perceptual symbols that are designed to keep us alive. We better take them seriously. If you see a snake, don't pick it up. If you see a cliff, don't jump off. They're designed to keep us safe, and we should take them seriously. That does not mean that we should take them literally. That's a logical error. Another objection. Now there's nothing really new here. Physicists have told us for a long time that the metal of that train looks solid, but really it's mostly empty space, with microscopic particles zipping around. There's nothing new here. Well, not exactly. It's like saying, I know that that blue icon on the desktop is not the reality of the computer. But if I pull out my trusty magnifying glass and look really closely, I see little pixels. And that's the reality of the computer. Well, not really. You're still on the desktop. And that's the point. Those microscopic particles are still in space and time. They're still in the user interface. So I'm saying something far more radical than those physicists. Finally, you might object. Look, we all see the train. Therefore, none of us constructs the train.
Listen up.
But remember this example.
As
In this
we
example,
march,
we all see a
the
cube.
eyes of the whole world
But the screen is flat.
will be
So the cube that you
watching us.
see is the cube that you construct.
And
We all see a cube because each one of us constructs the cube that we see.
And we
The same is true of the train. We all see a train because we each see the train that we construct.
Failure
And the same
is
is true
not an
of all
option.
physical objects.
It's a big ask, but
We're
we can do
inclined to
it.
think that
Together.
perception is like a window
Because
on
we have
reality
our captain
as
to
it
guide
is.
us.
The theory
Look
of
to him.
evolution is telling
Trust in
us
him.
that
And
this
he
is
will lead us to
incorrect
victory.
interpretation
So long as
of
we
our
follow.
perceptions. Instead,
Isn't that
reality
right, sir?
is more like a 3D desktop that's designed to hide the complexity of the real world and guide adaptive behavior. Space, as you perceive it, is your
Today
desktop.
is our day.
Physical
It
objects
was
are
made
just
for the
the
7th
icons
Infantry.
in that desktop.
We will win that commendation for our
We
city.
used to think that the Earth is flat.
And we will
because it
return
looks that
home
way.
as
Then we
champions.
thought that the Earth is the unmoving center of reality because it looks that way. We were wrong. We had misinterpreted our
Who's
perceptions.
gonna show the rest of them how it's
Now
done?
we believe that space-time and objects are the
I can't
nature
hear
of
you.
reality as it is. The theory of evolution is telling us that once again, we're wrong. We're misinterpreting the content
Don't wanna be late,
of our
sir.
perceptual experiences.
Of course.
There's something that exists when you don't look, but it's not space-time and physical objects. It's hard for us to let go of space-time and objects as it is for the jewel beetle to let go of its bottle.
5
Why?
years ago, sir.
Because we're blind to our own blindnesses. But we have an advantage over the jewel beetle, our science and technology. By peering through the lens of a telescope, we discovered that the Earth is not the unmoving center of reality. By peering through the lens of the theory of evolution, we discovered that space-time and objects are not the nature of reality. When I have a perceptual experience that I describe as a red tomato, I am interacting with reality. But that reality is not a red tomato and is nothing like a red tomato. Similarly, when I have an experience that I describe as a lion or a steak, I'm interacting with reality, but that reality is not a lion or a steak. And here's the kicker. When I have a perceptual experience that I describe as a brain or neurons, I am interacting with reality, but that reality is not a brain or neurons, and it's nothing like a brain or neurons. And that reality, whatever it is the real source
Welcome to the
of
celebration
cause
of
and
the
effect
century.
in the world.
As you
Not
can see,
brains,
the streets of
not
Junon are
neurons.
abuzz with
Brains and
excitement.
neurons have no causal powers.
People have turned
They
out in
cause none of
droves
our
to catch a
perceptual
glimpse of the new
experiences
president,
and none of our
Rufus Shinra.
Brains and neurons are a species-specific set of cells. A habit.
And here comes Midgard's
Which is
mobile
key
unit.
for the
Their
mystery of
incredible
consciousness.
skills are truly a sight
Well,
to
it
behold.
opens up new possibilities. For instance, perhaps reality is some vast machine that causes our conscious experiences. I doubt this, but it's worth exploring. Perhaps reality is some vast
There he is,
interacting
folks.
network
Rufus
of conscious
Shinra.
agents,
Wow,
simple and
can you
complex,
even hear me
that
over
cause
this
each
crowd?
other's conscious experiences. Actually, this isn't as crazy an idea as it seems, and I'm
The
currently
president
exploring
has
it.
stopped.
But here's the point. Once we let go of our massively intuitive, but massively false assumption about the nature of reality, it opens up new ways to think about life's greatest mystery. I bet that reality will end up turning out to be
Ready to
more
fire, sir.
fascinating and unexpected than we'd
To
ever
the New
imagined.
World Order.
The theory of evolution presents us with the ultimate dare. Dare to recognize that perception is not about seeing truth. It's about having kids.
Ladies and
By the way,
gentlemen, with a single
this
blast
head
of Junon's famous
is just
cannon,
your
Rufus
head.
Shinra has
Thank you
announced
very
his
much.
arrival.
Stop. Stay here. Okay. If that's really you there, thank you.
Yes.
So, there's so much from this. I mean, first of all, some people may just be profoundly depressed at the thought
You join
that
us in Starboard
you
Juno
know,
as the final
evolution
team of the day
does not
takes
save
their
a reality.
position.
I mean,
Ladies
doesn't
and
that to some
gentlemen,
extent
I give
undermine
you
all our
Midgard
endeavors here,
Civic
all our ability to
Infantry.
think that we can think the truth?
The captain and his
Possibly
team
even
have
including
trained
your own
long and
theories,
hard,
if you go there.
determined to win
Well,
the presidential
this does not
commendation
stop us
for everyone
from
back home in
a
Midgard.
successful science. What we have is
wait
one
to see
theory
what
that turned
kind
out
of
to be
performance
false.
they'll
That
put on
perception
today.
is like
Troopers of
reality,
the
and
7th
reality is like
Infantry
our perception.
make us
That theory
proud.
turns out to be false. Okay, throw that theory away. That doesn't stop us from now postulating all sorts of other theories about the nature of reality. So it's actually progress to recognize that one of our theories was false. So science continues as normal. There's no problem here. So you think it's possible?
You're watching history in the
No,
making,
but so what you're saying, I think, is that, that it's possible that evolution can still get you to reason. Yes. Now, that's a very, very good point. The evolutionary game simulations that I showed were specifically about perception, and they do show that our perceptions have been shaped not to show us reality as it is. But that does not mean the same thing about our logic or mathematics. And we haven't done these simulations, but my bet is that we'll find that there are some selection pressures for our logic and our mathematics to be at least in the direction of truth. I mean, if you're like me, math and logic is not easy. We don't get it all right. But at least the selection pressures are not uniformly away from true math and logic. So I think that we'll find that we have to look at each cognitive faculty one at a time and see what evolution does to it. What's true about perception may not be true about math and logic.
I mean, really what you're proposing is a kind of modern-day Bishop Berkeley interpretation of the world. What the consciousness causes matter, not the other way around.
Well, it's slightly different than Berkeley. Berkeley thought that, well, he was a deist, and he thought that the ultimate nature of reality is God and so forth. And I don't need to go where Berkeley's going. And so it's quite a bit different from Berkeley. This is actually, I call this conscious realism. It's actually a very different approach.
Don, I could literally talk with you for hours, and I hope to do that. Thanks so much for that.
It all looks a little stiff. Practice makes perfect. Oh, that's going to cost them.
All set then?
Change!
It's good, but they can surely do better. They're in perfect sync. Practice makes perfect.
Final sequence. Begin!
Do they seem a tad nervous?
All set then?
Left face! Formation change!
This is looking promising. They're in perfect sync. Excellent direction.
Final sequence. Begin.
What a performance. I can't take my eyes off them. It all looks so effortless. Practice makes perfect. You're watching history in the making, folks. That concludes the first part of today's performance by the 7th Infantry Drill Team. Our judges are currently tabulating the votes from you, the viewers. And here they are now. Frankly, I'm already blown away. And folks here seem to agree the crowd is loving it. The only question is how they're going to top this.
Drill team, halt! First sequence, begin!
Solid work. Their movements are so crisp and clean.
Formation
very
change!
coordinated. So far, so good.
sequence. Begin.
I can't take my eyes off them. Such excellent direction. And with that, the 7th Infantry concludes the second part of their performance. As ever, our judges have been busy tallying all the votes we've received. So let's take a look at the results. Universal acclaim, and little wonder given the skill and coordination on display. Keep this up and the 7th might well be destined for glory. I wouldn't bet against them.
Left. Face. Formation change.
They're doing quite well. It all looks so effortless.
March.
What a performance. You're watching history in the making, folks. They're in perfect sync.
Drill team. Oh,
their movements are
drill
so
team,
crisp
ship.
and clean. You're watching history in the making, folks.
Final sequence. Begin.
Practice makes perfect. I can't take my eyes off them. That practice is paying off. And with that, we've reached the end of the 7th Infantry's performance.
Sorry about that.
For the final time, the judges are tallying the votes from you, the viewers. And now, let's see the results. Listen to that crowd. Judging by this response, it's clear that Midgar's 7th Infantry has made a lot of new fans. There's no denying it, folks. That was a performance for the ages. The moment of truth for our competitors. Which team will take home the commendation? Stay tuned to find out.
Yes, sir. Around the clock. They remain unaware.
Leave it to me. I want you to remain tracking the ropes.
Understood.
Post-human motivations and resource constraints may be
We're back on the clock. I trust you know the mission by now.
as a result of developing towards becoming post-humans
Allow me to
ourselves, then the
congratulate you on the
hypothesis that we
stirring
are simulated.
performance. You've done your company proud. Your passion and patriotism is beyond question. And I know our president can't wait to thank you all. Of course, some among you are deserving of special
Will
praise.
come to have a much richer set
For
of
our
empirical
first award,
implications.
we will recognize the
15
division
for
whose
some
exemplary
reflections.
display eclipsed all others. The prize for outstanding performance goes to... Midgar 7th Infantry.
Are you living in a computer simulation? By Nick Bostrom, published in Philosophical Quarterly, 2003, Volume 53, Number 211,
pages 243255. First version, 2001. This paper argues that at least one of the following propositions is true. 1. The human species is very likely to go extinct before reaching a post-human stage. 2. Any post-human civilization is extremely unlikely to run a significant number of simulations of their evolutionary history, or variations thereof. 3. We are almost certainly living in a computer simulation. It follows that the belief that there is a significant chance that we will one day become post-humans who run ancestor simulations is false, unless we are currently living in a simulation. A number of other consequences of this result are also discussed. By introduction, many works of science fiction as well as some forecasts by serious technologists and futurologists predict that enormous amounts of computing power will be available in the future. Let us suppose for a moment that these predictions are correct. One thing that later generations might do with their super powerful computers is run detailed simulations of their forebears or of people like their forebears. Because their computers would be so powerful, they could run a great many such simulations. Suppose that these simulated people are conscious, as they would be if the simulations were sufficiently fine-grained and if a certain quite widely accepted position in the philosophy of mind is correct. Then it could be the case that the vast majority of minds like ours do not belong to the original race but rather to people simulated by the advanced descendants of an original race. It is then possible to argue that, if this were the case, we would be rational to think that we are likely among the simulated minds rather than among the original biological ones. Therefore, if we don't think that we are currently living in a computer simulation, we are not entitled to believe that we will have descendants who will run lots of such simulations of their forebears. That is the basic idea. The rest of this paper will spell it out more carefully. To apart from the interest this thesis may hold for those who are engaged in futuristic speculation, there are also more purely theoretical rewards. The argument provides a stimulus for formulating some methodological and metaphysical questions, and it suggests naturalistic analogies to certain traditional religious conceptions, which some may find amusing or thought-provoking. The structure of the paper is as follows. First, we formulate an assumption that we need to import from the philosophy of mind in order to get the argument started. Second, we consider some empirical reasons for thinking that running vastly many simulations of human minds would be within the capability of a future civilization that has developed many of those technologies that can already be shown to be compatible with known physical laws and engineering constraints. This part is not philosophically necessary, but it provides an incentive for paying attention to the rest. Then follows the core of the argument, which makes use of some simple probability theory, and a section providing support for a weak indifference principle that the argument employs. Lastly, we discuss some interpretations of the disjunction, mentioned in the abstract, that forms the conclusion of the simulation argument. To the assumption of substrate independence, a common assumption in the philosophy of mind is that of substrate independence. The idea is that mental states can supervene on any of a broad class of physical substrates. Provided a system implements the right sort of computational structures and processes, it can be associated with conscious experiences. It is not an essential property of consciousness that it is implemented on carbon-based biological neural networks inside a cranium. Silicon-based processors inside a computer could in principle do the trick as well. Arguments for this thesis have been given in the literature, and although it is not entirely uncontroversial, we shall here take it as a given. The argument we shall present does not, however, depend on any very strong version of functionalism or computationalism. For example, we need not assume that the thesis of substrate independence is necessarily true, either analytically or metaphysically, just that, in fact, a computer running a suitable program would be conscious. Moreover, we need not assume that in order to create a mind on a computer it would be sufficient to program it in such a way that it behaves like a human in all situations, including passing the Turing test, etc. We need only the weaker assumption that it would suffice for the generation of subjective experiences that the computational processes of a human brain are structurally replicated in suitably fine-grained detail, such as on the level of 3 individual synapses. This attenuated version of substrate independence is quite widely accepted. Neurotransmitters, nerve growth factors, and other chemicals that are smaller than a synapse clearly play a role in human cognition and learning. The substrate independence thesis is not that the effects of these chemicals are small or irrelevant, but rather that they affect subjective experience only via their direct or indirect influence on computational activities. For example, if there can be no difference in subjective experience without there also being a difference in synaptic discharges, then the requisite detail of simulation is at the synaptic level, or higher. 3. The technological limits of computation. At our current stage of technological development, we have neither sufficiently powerful hardware nor the requisite software to create conscious minds in computers.
Stand down.
But persuasive arguments have been given to the effect that if technological progress continues unabated, then these shortcomings will eventually be overcome. Some authors argue that this stage may be only a few decades away. Point 1. Yet present purposes require no assumptions about the time scale. The simulation argument works equally well for those who think that it will take hundreds of thousands of years to reach a post-human stage of civilization, where humankind has acquired most of the technological capabilities that one can currently show to be consistent with physical laws and with material and energy constraints. Such a mature stage of technological development will make it possible to convert planets and other astronomical resources into enormously powerful computers. It is currently hard to be confident in any upper bound on the computing power that may be available to post-human civilizations. As we are still lacking a theory of everything, we cannot rule out the possibility that novel physical phenomena, not allowed for in current physical theories, may be utilized to transcend those constraints too that in our current understanding impose. 1 CEGKE Drexler, Engines of Creation, The Coming Era of Nanotechnology, London, 4th Estate, 1985, Anne Bostrom, How Long Before Superintelligence? International Journal of Future Studies, Volume 2, 1998, R. Kurzweil, The Age of Spiritual Machines, When Computers Exceed Human Intelligence, New York, Viking Press, 1999, H. Moravec, Robot, Mere Machine to Transcendent Mind, Oxford University Press, 1999. 2 such as the Bremerman-Bekenstein bound and the Black Hole Limit, H. J. Bremerman, Minimum Energy Requirements of Information Transfer and Computing. International Journal of Theoretical Physics 21, 203217, 1982, J.D. Bekenstein, Entropy Content and Information Flow in Systems with Limited Energy. Physical Review D30, 16691679, 1984, A. Sandberg, The Physics for Theoretical Limits on the Information Processing Attainable in a Given Lump of Matter. We can with much greater confidence establish lower bounds on post-human computation, by assuming only mechanisms that are already understood. For example, Eric Drexler has outlined a design for a system the size of a sugar cube, excluding cooling and power supply, that would perform 1021 instructions per second. 3 Another author gives a rough estimate of 1042 operations per second for a computer with a mass on order of a large planet. 4 If we could create quantum computers, or learn to build computers out of nuclear matter or plasma, we could push closer to the theoretical limits. Seth Lloyd calculates an upper bound for a 1 kilogram computer of 5*1050 logical operations per second.
So, we have ourselves a deal then.
Only if you can honor it. No one comes for us. Not Hojo, not the Turks. No one.
You have my word.
Take your time. You know you can do this. Here goes. Gotcha.
Stop! Get down! Get over here!
So that's your game.
It wasn't us.
Spare me. You had your chance.
Sir, please!
Sweep the rooftops now!
Don't let them get away!
Yuffie, that was her, right?
Yep.
What do we do?
Get the hell out of here.
Hey! What happened to Rufus?
Long gone.
Shit. So what now?
I saw one of the robed men. He was headed for the port.
Let's follow him.
Place is on alert. Are you sure about that?
We've still got the uniforms. Go on without me. I'll take care of the 7th Infantry. Throw them off the scent.
Alone? You sure?
Trust me, it's easier this way.
Captain!
Get going.
Sir, your orders!
Just received new intel. The suspect is en route to Larboard Junon. I'm to convey this information to all nearby units. Go join the search. I'll catch up.
If I may, sir. We've heard rumors that there are others in league with the terrorists. Conspirators in stolen uniforms. For your own safety, sir, allow us to accompany you. Midgard's 7th Infantry never leaves a man behind.
Right.
If the enemy is among us, other units are a potential threat, and we must treat them as such.
Good point.
But you can trust us, sir. Like we trust you.
We'll alert all units from here to the port elevator. When that's done, we'll regroup with the rest in Larboard Junon. Got it?
Yes, sir!
Quick and clean.
The captain needs us!
Still in it. All right. Get ready. Not bad.
Where are the other units, sir?
Up ahead. Come on.
Yes, sir!
Is it true someone tried to kill them?
That's correct. Latest report is that the assailant from...
Shit. Well, here. If you run into that bastard...
We've got this. All right. Here we go. All done.
You don't think the enemy has infiltrated the Seven, do you?
Never doubt your brothers.
Yes, sir!
Suspect sighted! Damn
All good.
Deploying flame!
You're done. Going in. Time to get serious. It's on now. Let's do this. Nothing to it. You hear anything? Only that they've been spotted, all right? take long.
Hands where I can see him!
Get ready.
You like this? Let's do this. You like this? You can't win!
Buzz off. Not bad.
Perhaps it's time we return to Larboard Junon, sir?
Indulge me, Trooper.
Yes, sir!
Protect the captain!
Let's do it. Too bad. Roar! That's it. Going in hot. Let's do that. I got your number.
mind. Let's go.
You really ought to have told me you wanted to join the parade, my friend. The mobile unit would have loved to have you. Oh dear. My quarry has cast you aside. How tragic.
Fans of yours?
Fans of ours. Didn't you know? You and I are living legends.
I got this.
Sir.
Oh, isn't it exciting? The two of us together again at long last. Picture it. A duel to end all duels.
Are we fighting or what?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have to set the stage. First, the music! Let's not forget the lights! Actors, to your marks! Come, unleash your passion, succumb to your instincts. Let us revel in a turbocharged tryst!
fort's underwhelming. And we have a reputation to live up to. Come, let's give the people a proper spectacle!
Duty calls.
Stronger and faster with every lap.
Who's next?
Come now. This match was ours alone. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your champion! I must say, you have proven yourself as a capable leader of men. Then again, I expected nothing less than the best. As a leader of my own band of brothers, I hold you in the highest respect. And so for you, our fearless captain, a gift. I insist. That's your cue to exit. Yonder elevator will take you down. And do your shit.
You sure?
I'll be right behind you.
Suit yourself.
I bid you bon voyage, my friend.